Hey everyone, today I'm going to work on fixing this vacuum cleaner. This one happens to be a Samsung, I don't know what the heck model it is, but here's a nice view of it. It's basically a decent vacuum cleaner that the wife and I bought, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. The suction is just down to nothing. A lot of people, when that happens, will take it to a vacuum repair shop. I'm going to show you how to fix it without spending that kind of money. Some things I'm going to recommend that you have if you're going to work on this: at least a Phillips screwdriver. Might need, but I'm not sure, a flat screwdriver. A good stiff piece of wire is cool. A lot of times you'll have to get into the hose or whatever. I would recommend a longer piece than this, but I've recently been to the scrapyard and I'm out of wire. So if I need something longer, I'm just going to have to look for something. A wire coat hanger straightened out works just fine too. This happens to be copper wire that you'd run like in the wall of your house. And I'm going to recommend, because I'm going to be cleaning out the filters too, some kind of dust mask. Normally I'd use an actual dust mask, but I looked through all my stock and the only one I could find had a broken band on it, so this is going to have to do. You guys can see me looking like a skeleton while I'm doing it. Good stuff. So if you hear my voice muffled during the deal here, that's why I put on the dust mask. I've had enough things breathed into my lungs over the years that it's caused me a couple of issues, and I'm going to recommend safety first. Don't be an idiot like me. Alright, so stay tuned. I'm going to be using a GoPro on my head. Hopefully that'll give you guys a good perspective instead of the standard, camera on a tripod thing. So we'll see how this works. Alright, cool. Alright, so here we go. Basically, the suction on this thing is down to nothing. I could plug it in and show you, but I've already raveled the cord up here. Let me... Not sure if I even have an outlet handy here. I'll unplug my light for a second. So, basically, if you turn this on, you should have decent suction. Where's that switch at? There it is. And it's there, but it's not... You can see it's just like... I mean, it works, but it's not great. And usually that means they're clogged up, so... Let me get this thing back up on the bench here. Plug my light back in. That's what I heard fall. My cord. Get the cord out of the way. Alright. I'm going to turn this. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull off all the various filters and things. That's done like this. Okay, so this is the canister. I mean, this is how you empty the thing. I guess I may as well do that while I'm at it, huh? Gonna have to do it anyway. So we have 2 dogs. So dog hair is a thing we fight with. This thing has filters up in here too, I believe. Yeah. So that's just the canister. It holds everything in. This is where all the magic happens. Let's see here. Forget how this opens. Just pops off of these, I think. Oh, here. Okay, so this is one filter. You can see it's pretty well clogged up. This thing, I believe, comes apart. I don't know if we're going to have to go that far. So this I'll hit with the compressed air. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. Compressed air is a good thing to have here. You could do this with like a can of compressed air. I'm going to do it with an air compressor because I happen to have one from my other hobby. So yeah, I'm going to clean all this stuff out as best I can. This is generally, I don't know if you can see down in there, but there's no filter in there. It's basically just the... There might be a filter in here. Let's see if I can figure out how to get into that. Looks like these might do the trick. Well, if I feel like we need to get in there, we'll try it. I feel like there's probably a filter in here. Hey, look, directions. Yeah, it just says to clean this off. There's that. Yeah, this. Yep. So yeah, we'll hit this up with the compressed air then too. Alright. So let's do that first, get it out of the way. This is the part where you want to have a face mask for. Hopefully a better one than what I've got here. So yeah, here, compressed air, easy enough. It makes a lot of dust. It's really cold outside, otherwise I'd do it out there today. As you can see, it's noisy too. Looking pretty clean. Yeah, there's no filter in there, I can see. You can see straight through. So that's good. I hope you guys are seeing this okay. Alright, I'm going to call that clean. This I'm just going to hit with some air to clean it off. There's no filter or anything, but it's just dirty. And this, I mean, look at that. Just look. Here. Alright, looking pretty good, huh? That's why I say to do this outdoors. Have to wash my Jeep when we're done. Alright. So this is a filter, obviously. When it's in operation in the vacuum, yeah, the air comes up this way, and through this side, and comes out clean on this side. So blowing the air through it this way, as I was doing, would release it from this side. So that's why I did it that way. Alright, so that should be that filter. Next, let's find a place to put this guy. Look at how dusty I am now. I have to get a shower when I'm done. Down in here is another filter. This shouldn't take nearly as much to clean, I would hope. Same deal. This is the dirty side, so we're going to blow air from this side. Should blow the air. Should blow the dirt back out that side. So, let's do that. Not too bad. Now, down here looks pretty clean. Put this back in. Well, maybe I'll leave it out for now. Okay, now, sometimes the hose itself can get clogged up, so we're going to check that out. Alright, so in this case, we've got a little trap here, which looks pretty clean, as you can see. I found that on this vacuum cleaner, sometimes dirt gets down in here. I feel some jammed in there. I'm sure that's not going to help. Getting into there is sometimes a trick. Now, with this vacuum, if you can get it to let go here. Yeah, I think it goes just by force. I'm going to put this down. Sounds terrible, right? That's how it works, though. This hose here is what goes down to there. So you can disconnect it here. And you can see down in there, there's a clog. Now, unfortunately, I don't know that you can really get in there. That's what this wire is all about. You take the wire and you can push the clog either out that way, or in this case, I think we're going to push it inward. If I don't drop my wire. And this may not even work. I might have to disassemble this further. Now, one thing you want to be careful of here is that you don't ruin one of these hoses, or this hose down here. If you put a hole in it, you're going to have to replace the hose. It doesn't look like it comes out of there easily, does it? Might be too handy. Now, what we could do, take this end, and bend it in such a way that it might catch things, right? You can put this in here as a hook, sort of twist it around a bit. Sometimes it'll grab onto the clog. See, just like that. Pull it out. It's that pet hair I was telling you about. Here's more. Look at that. Tons of it. I bet there's a whole bunch of it in here. There's some more. Should have brought the garbage can over here, huh? Can't get my finger in there. I think I'm at the bend. This isn't going to work anymore. Well, maybe. Here we go. Look at that. No wonder this thing wasn't working, huh? Now this is solely for the pickup on the foot here. This shouldn't, I don't think should have been impacted. Well, maybe it would have been. It's hard to tell. I don't know where this routes from here. I guess it routes into there. This, that is. Yes, this routes up through there and into the canister through that. I think we're running out of usefulness in this direction. I'll flip this over. Still plenty of dust down here. Should have put on a fan. Yeah. Yep. Do the same thing from this direction. You can see it's pulling plenty out. Alright, it's time to get serious. Now, obviously, you might not have a Samsung vacuum cleaner. You may have, whatever, some other brand of vacuum cleaner. But these principles hold true for any vacuum I've worked on. There's always a choking point like this spot right here that I'm working at. No matter, well, maybe on the expensive vacuum cleaners, it's not the case, but face it, if you've got an expensive vacuum cleaner, you can probably afford to have a pro look at it, and you'd probably want to anyway. This one was like 150 or 175 bucks. While that's not nothing, it's not enough for me to be terribly concerned about my abilities to fix it. So we're not getting as much out anymore. I think we're getting to the point where it's getting clear. This in itself may fix this. But what I want to do is go over the rest of it. Because, well, why the hell not, right? Looks like there might be a little stuck down in there. That's the thing with this. When things get backed up, see, look at that. When it gets backed up here, you'll have other clogs downstream, like this here. See? And this directly is the feed from the floor. Alright, I think that's a good start. Let's see. Anything else coming out of there? Yeah, there's still, now there's some here again. A whole pile of dirt. Look at that. Got pushed through as I was working at it from the other direction. As you can tell, this is always a dirty job. Now I'm going to hit some compressed air through this and see what comes out the other side. Look at that. Just a mess. In fact, this whole thing needs a good shot, doesn't it? Looks pretty clear from this side now. Check it the other way. Looking pretty good. These brushes here are a whole other deal. We'll get to them. Hey, the air compressor's back on. Okay. So that's a good start there. I think we're going to reconnect this and call that section done. Stand this upright. Now we're going to check in here. If I can get it out. There we go. That's clear. We're good there. That's clear. This. Where's that go? That's... I can feel it there. Not blocked. And there's that. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. This must be just exhaust, if I had to guess. Okay, we're going to put the top section back together. Oh wait. Then we're going to work on the brushes. So, who remembers all the pieces I took off, huh? This goes here. It's an easy one. This goes here. Well, there. Flip that over. Now we've got to assemble this stack again. The dust is finally starting to settle. That's a good thing. Okay. This went here. And this one on top of it. And then this went in here. You see what I mean about that filter? Yeah, that must just be the exhaust port. This guy. I don't know where that goes to, but that way. That's the last filter. That's what makes it a HEPA compliant or whatever. Okay, that went there. This closes up. And the whole thing sits on top of here. Yeah? Look at that. That much is done. We're still all kinds of dusty. Clean off what we can here. Okay, now this walks off this port. I'll turn it back this way. Smart diverter. Yeah, smart indeed. More like dog hair collector. Okay. So that's that. Now, getting all wrapped up in our cord here. That's the problem with vacuums, long cords. Now this guy. Okay, we got to get this apart. Probably not going to need much of this anymore, but I'm going to keep it handy just in case. That we could do. Lay this thing on its face. There, that'll be better. Okay. Now, these screws come out and then you can get to the brushes. We're going to clean them up a bit too. Not that screw, this screw. See, there's this cover here that covers up the brushes. Now, this is also what you would do if you were like changing a belt. They don't break as commonly as they used to. I remember my dad, when I was a kid, must have replaced the belt in my mom's vacuum cleaner once a week. Well, maybe not quite that frequently, but I remember it being a frequent problem. Nowadays, not so much, seems. I don't think I've had to replace the belt in a vacuum cleaner for as long as I've been married, which is really as long as I've been dealing with vacuum cleaners. Okay, now this one might be special. Let's look at it. No, just tarnished. Okay. Now this should pop right out of here. See? I know what I'm doing. Ugh, that's messy too. Blow that off. Now some of these parts you could probably just clean with water. But I've got this, you know, when you have an air compressor, everything looks like a nail. It's like something wet got picked up with this. That's probably part of the problem. I'm afraid to even try this because that feels nasty. Yeah, definitely like a wet carpet, sort of dirt got stuck in here sort of deal. See that? You'll learn from watching me that my tools get abused. like hammers on ratchets and screwdrivers used as scraping implements. It's just the way I am. You can blame my father and his father because we all did the same thing. May as well get it as clean as we can, right? Now that it's apart. Knowing what I know about what ends up on our carpets, I shudder to think what I'm scraping off right now. Hopefully it's just because the rug was shampooed too recently or something. It just feels disgusting. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Alright. That's that. Alright, now there's probably more of that crap in here. Let's see what I can do about that. Hey, here's some more dirt. That ended up in that hose. Clean that out while we're in here. Now, here's that belt I was talking about. This whole thing should pull right out of here. The idea here, now I'd like to do it without disconnecting the belt, but I don't think that's going to be an option. There we go. That'll be fun to get back in when it's time. Yeah, I think this has to come apart to get to the belt. We're going to leave that there. So this, you should try to get all this crap that's wrapped around it off if you can. I have found sometimes it's easiest to go along one ridge with a sharp knife and cut all this stuff, and then it just sort of peels off. This isn't quite as... This isn't that bad yet. If you've ever cleaned out the brushes on a Roomba, it's a similar deal. I think I can take this mask off now. Nope, I'm fine. If you can, get it all out of these grooves here too. This one looks okay. That's where the belt is. Brushes are... I could spend an hour getting these things perfect, but I won't bore you guys with that. Pretty good. Okay, set that aside for now. Clean all the rest of this crap out. That's all pretty good now. This here. Get out what you can. Use a screwdriver or something for the rest. See, this all has that same built up crud on it. Don't fall. It's not nice. Okay. Alright. Boy, I wish I had a vacuum to suck all that out with, huh? I'm gonna have a shop vac. Where'd that go? That'd be handy. Suck all this up with a shop vac. Now, Maybe next time I'll use the shop vac to clean out the filter. That was much better. Okay, it's about as clean as that needs to be. Ah, then you lose the screws. 2 of them. It's best if you have some sort of a bin to put those in. You don't do that, but that's me for you. Okay, this has to go into these teeth again, not just into that void. Otherwise it ain't gonna spin like it's supposed to. Old vacuum cleaners didn't always have teeth. Okay, now this appears to just be a circle, not keyed or anything. How does it go back in there? Just like that. This is keyed. Is that that? Seems to be. This end doesn't look happy though. Fits right in there. There we go. Just wasn't quite right. Okay, now we put the cover back on. I think I still ended up with dust in my nose. I can feel it in my sinuses. This goes back together the same way it came apart. One's feeling kind of stripped out. It's not good. This one's not. Good. Okay, vacuum cleaner is now reassembled. So, let's see how it sucks. I did manage to find an outlet. It didn't require unplugging my light, which is nice. Remember how it was at the beginning? It is so much better. Here, watch. Woo! Looking good now. All right. I think we call that one fixed Samsung vacuum cleaner. Found the model number, by the way. Model SU12F40SB. So yeah, that's what we've got. If that matters. Cool. Alright. Thanks for watching.